imagine building a restaurant from the ground up. I mean,
Right.
you perfect the menu, you take on all the financial risk, you cook the food, and you hand it over the counter.
Right.
But then you pay a software company, like 30% of your revenue, just for the privilege of talking to your own regular customers.
Yeah, it's a brutal reality.
It is. It's the harsh reality of the modern food delivery ecosystem.
Yeah.
But there is this quiet rebellion happening right now in the code, and it is completely reshaping how local businesses survive.
It really is. It's this massive shift in power, moving away from Silicon Valley aggregators and back into the hands of independent operators.
And that is exactly what we are focusing on today.
Mhm.
You already know how to order food online.
Yeah.
You know what it's like to wait for that little notification on your phone.
Hmm.
But for this deep dive, we are handing you the blueprint to the hidden machinery of your food order. We are unpacking the world of food ordering scripts. We've gone through the source material, the industry reports, and these really fascinating case studies to decode how these platforms actually function under the hood and, how they are leveling the playing field for the restaurants you order from every week.
And we should probably establish upfront the financial stakes attached to this software are just staggering.
Oh, yeah.
We are looking at an online food delivery market that is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 9.6% from 2025 to 2030.
Okay, let's translate that growth rate for a second because financial jargon can get pretty dense.
Sure.
That CAGR is basically the industry speedometer, right?
Yeah.
It's showing us that this market isn't just spiking and dropping, it is steadily compounding year over year.
Exactly. And that steady compounding means global revenue for online food delivery is expected to surpass $200 billion by 2025.
Wow, 200 billion.
Yeah. This isn't a temporary trend. This is a permanent behavioral shift in how humans acquire their meals.
$200 billion.
Mm,
I mean, with a pie that massive, the underlying software is everything.
it is.
But before we trace the journey of, a digital burger from a phone screen to your front porch, we really need to understand the fundamental architecture these restaurants are choosing between.
Right. The foundation.
Exactly. The source material draws a very sharp line between using a standard SaaS platform, software as a service, and purchasing a food ordering script. So, okay, let's unpack this.
And this distinction, it really dictates every single business decision that follows.
Looking at the comparison table in the text, I think the easiest way to visualize this choice is the difference between buying a house and renting an apartment.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
Right. So, think of the food ordering script as buying a house. You pay a one-time purchase or license fee up front, and then you hold the deed.
You own it.
You have full ownership of the property, which in the digital world means you own the source code, and crucially, you own the data. So if you want to knock down a wall and build a massive sunroom, or in this case, like a custom loyalty program, you can do it.
Yeah.
The customization is essentially limitless.
Mm,
But because you own the house, if the roof caves in, you have to fix it.
yeah, you're the landlord now.
Exactly. You are responsible for the ongoing maintenance and hosting,
Yeah.
which requires some level of technical capability.
Okay. You need some in-house expertise. And you contrast that with the SaaS platform, which operates entirely like renting a luxury apartment.
Okay.
You pay your monthly or annual subscription fee. The setup is practically instantaneous. You just, move your furniture in.
Right. You're up and running in a day.
Exactly. And when a pipe bursts, you call the landlord. The provider handles all the server maintenance, the security updates, and they provide constant customer support.
Which sounds great, honestly.
It does, but you are forbidden from knocking down any walls.
Uh,
You have to live within their predefined templates. And most crucially, when your lease is up, you walk away with absolutely nothing. The landlord owns the building, and in the digital space, the provider owns your customer data.
See, now, I have to push back here a little bit because data ownership sounds great in a vacuum.
Sure.
But data is also a massive liability,
It can be.
right? Like, if I am running a busy local taco shop, do I really want the headache of securing people's credit card numbers?
Yeah.
Doesn't the threat of a data breach make renting that SaaS apartment completely worth the monthly fee?
What's fascinating here is how the source material addresses that exact friction point. Because, yes, security is a hurdle, but you aren't building a bank vault from scratch.
Okay.
The scripts utilize standardized encryption, which is essentially scrambling the transaction data so that only the restaurant server and the customer's app have the digital decoder ring to read it.
Gotcha.
They also rely on integrated SSL certificates to secure the data in transit.
So the heavy lifting of security is already baked into the foundation of the house you bought.
Exactly. The plumbing is secure. And once you clear that technical hurdle, the long-term strategic advantage of owning the data is just unmatched.
How so?
Well, when you rent that sauce apartment, you are basically renting access to your own loyal patrons.
Wow.
The platform filters your relationship. But with a food ordering script, you see the unvarnished analytics. You know exactly what time your neighborhood orders the most tacos. You know which customers stopped ordering, say, 3 months ago.
Oh, and then you can act on that.
Yes. You can send them a highly targeted, personalized promotion to win them back. Over time, in a $200 billion market, paying a one-time fee to own that intelligence is vastly more cost-effective than perpetually paying a subscription just to interact with people who already love your food.
Man, it really is the difference between building equity in your brand and just paying rent to a tech giant.
It really is.
Now that we understand why a business would buy the house, let's look at the plumbing inside. The source text outlines this comprehensive 8-step workflow.
Right, the actual mechanics.
Yeah. And instead of just listing these steps like a software manual, let Eversley follow an order through this invisible digital ballet.
Let's do it.
Let's say you decide you want a highly customized vegan burger on a really busy Friday night. Step 1 is the entry point, which is login and registration.
And the critical mechanism here is removing friction.
Right.
The script allows for one-tap social media logins. If a hungry user has to create a unique password and verify their email, the drop-off rate is astronomical.
Oh, I've definitely abandoned an order because I couldn't remember a password.
Exactly. We all have.
So you tap the social login, and you are immediately into step 2, which is browsing. But this isn't just a static PDF menu. The script is constantly cross-referencing your request with live data. It applies advanced filters based on location and real-time working hours. It actively prevents the heartbreak of, building the perfect meal only to hit checkout and realize the kitchen closed 5 minutes ago.
Right. Which brings us to the third step, customization. This is really where the digitization of the process shines. The user inputs specific modifiers, extra pickles, gluten-free bun, no sauce.
And sending that through an app completely removes the classic friction of shouting over a loud, crowded counter and just hoping the person at the register heard you say, "No mayo."
Right. The data packet is created flawlessly. Step 4 then secures the transaction. The script routes the payment through digital wallets or credit card gateways, essentially locking in the revenue before the kitchen ever lifts a spatula.
Nice. Then we hit step 5, which is really the pivot point of the whole operation, the order confirmation.
Right.
This is a simultaneous two-way street. Your phone pings with an estimated delivery time, and miles away, a tablet in the restaurant kitchen lights up with the exact details of your vegan burger.
And that simultaneous notification, it acts as the starting gun for the physical world to catch up to the digital request. The data packet has successfully traversed the network, and now human labor takes over for step 6, preparation and rider assignment.
The kitchen starts grilling, and the system starts searching for a courier. And once the courier accepts, we enter step 7, order tracking. You are staring at a little icon moving down a digital street on your phone.
And the psychological mechanism at play there is actually really fascinating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, providing a real-time GPS visual eliminates the anxiety of the unknown. It drops customer service calls to the restaurant down to near zero simply because the customer feels entirely in control of the information.
That makes so much sense. I never call the restaurant if I can see the little car moving.
Exactly.
Then finally, step 8 closes the loop. The food arrives on your porch, and the app immediately prompts you for feedback, capturing a rating on both the food quality and the delivery speed.
Right.
Okay, but I have to stop here because we just described a massive amount of simultaneous data routing.
We did.
Who is managing all these moving parts? Is this just one incredibly heavy app on a phone trying to do the heavy lifting of a checkout counter, a kitchen dispatcher, and a GPS tracker all at once?
See, that is the core misconception about this software. The term food ordering script kind of implies a singular program, but our source material reveals a highly complex, decentralized ecosystem. To orchestrate that 8-step ballet without crashing servers or freezing screens, A premium script is actually a coordinated network of 4 completely distinct interfaces.
A four-headed monster.
A highly efficient one, yes. You have the customer app, the restaurant app, the writer app, and the admin dashboard. They operate independently, but they communicate constantly through a central database.
Okay, let's break down the heads of this monster, because the text goes really deep into the specific architecture of each one. Head number 1 is the customer app.
Right.
Beyond just the menu browsing and the live tracking we mentioned, the script includes features really tailored to modern consumer demands. It handles contactless delivery instructions, built-in tipping, and direct chat with the rider.
And that chat function alone saves so much time by letting you message the driver directly to explain, that your apartment complex has a hidden side gate.
Yes, that is a lifesaver.
Another standout feature in the customer app is order scheduling. Instead of just an ASAP button, the interface provides a dynamic calendar and time slot selection.
Oh, wow.
So a user can orchestrate catering for a corporate lunch happening tomorrow at exactly 1:15 p.m., or they can even use the interface to book a physical table reservation in the dining room.
It really transforms the app from a simple delivery portal into a comprehensive dining planner.
It does.
That brings us to head number 2, the restaurant app. This is the interface mounted on a tablet in the kitchen, designed entirely for the management and prep staff.
And the most vital feature engineered into the restaurant app might actually seem completely counterintuitive at first.
Okay.
It is the ability to actively reject an incoming order.
Wait, that does sound counterintuitive. Why would a business paying for a delivery system intentionally turn away a paying customer?
Well, picture the reality of a Friday night dinner rush.
Okay.
The physical dining room is at maximum capacity. There is a line out the door, and suddenly a massive 20-item digital order drops onto the tablet.
Oh, chaos.
Right? The kitchen physically cannot process that volume without collapsing the service for the dine-in guests. So the software allows the restaurant to temporarily reject orders based on real-time availability, basically preventing them from overcommitting resources.
Ah, I see.
Because delivering a cold meal 2 hours late damages the brand far more than politely showing a kitchen busy notification on the customer app.
Wow, so it acts as an operational pressure valve.
Exactly.
The restaurant app also handles the dispatching, right? Yeah. It auto-assigns the available riders based on proximity, meaning the head chef doesn't have to put down a pan to play logistics coordinator.
Right.
Plus, it automates invoice generation for seamless bookkeeping.
Which flows perfectly into the third interface, the rider app.
Right.
The couriers operate with autonomy, utilizing the interface to review incoming delivery requests, analyze the route, and choose to accept or decline.
And the feature that really caught my eye in the rider app was the automated earning reports.
Yes.
A courier can pull up a dashboard and instantly track their commission payments broken down by day, week, or month.
And maintaining transparency in those earning metrics is a fundamental requirement for retaining gig economy workers.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. If a courier has to manually calculate their daily take-home pay, or if they suspect the platform is obscuring the data, they will immediately delete the app and switch to a competitor that offers clear, accessible financial reporting.
That makes total sense. So, okay, the customer orders, the kitchen cooks, the rider delivers. What does the fourth head of the monster do?
The admin dashboard is the eye in the sky. If you are the entrepreneur who purchased the script to launch a regional delivery network, this web-based interface is your command center.
You are overseeing the entire battlefield from here.
Precisely. You monitor the active restaurant profiles, you track the system-wide invoices to ensure commissions are flowing correctly, and you manage the global settings. Well, you can push promotional coupons to stimulate demand during slow hours, or dynamically alter the language of the entire network to cater to shifting regional demographics.
Here's where it gets really interesting, because the source outlines how this specific four-headed architecture creates incredibly diverse use cases.
Right.
We aren't just talking about a tech startup competing with Uber. A single independent brick-and-mortar restaurant can buy this script, bypass the third-party aggregators completely, and run their own fully branded, self-contained ecosystem.
And they reclaim their profit margins by eliminating those per-order commission fees entirely.
The most fascinating application to me is the cloud kitchen,
Oh, yes.
also known as ghost kitchens or virtual kitchens. Picture a large windowless commercial facility in like an industrial park. There is no neon sign, no dining room, no front-of-house staff. To the cooks inside, it is just one massive, highly efficient prep line.
Right.
But by utilizing this script, that single facility can project multiple virtual brands out to the public.
The script basically acts as an operational illusionist.
A perfect description. On the customer app side, a user sees a premium burger brand, a dedicated vegan wrap brand, and a late-night cookie brand. They look like three completely different companies.
Right.
But on the back end, the admin dashboard is routing all of those distinct digital orders to the exact same physical grill in that industrial park.
And it allows food entrepreneurs to engage in rapid brand experimentation.
Yeah.
They can test a new cuisine concept in the market without signing a lease on a new building or hiring a new staff. The overhead is virtually zero compared to traditional expansion.
It completely detaches the concept of a restaurant from a physical address. It's wild.
It really is.
So we know the mechanics of the software, and we see how flexible it is, but what does success actually look like in the real world?
Well, the source material details the industry giants setting the standard and then gives us a really fascinating case study of a regional company using one of these scripts to fight back.
Right. So the global behemoths, they set the baseline for consumer expectations. You have Chow Now, which built its reputation on a commission-free model for restaurants and incredibly sticky built-in loyalty programs for users.
Then you have Uber Eats, which the text notes boasts approximately 95 million users globally across 6,000 cities.
That's huge.
It is. And their dominance isn't just about brand recognition, it is about pure logistical engineering. Their architecture allows for an average delivery time of under 30 minutes.
How do they even do that consistently?
They achieve that speed through massive rider density and predictive routing algorithms. The system actually knows a driver will be near a specific restaurant before the food is even finished cooking.
That is slightly terrifying, but amazing.
Yeah. And rounding out the top tier is Grubhub, heavily focused on deep menu management capabilities and hyper-secure payment integrations.
But those giants have endless tech budgets. The case study of Yalla Delivery shows how purchasing and customizing a script allows a smaller regional player to carve out a highly profitable niche. Yalla is a delivery app, but they were hitting a wall with rigid software.
Because their demands were highly specific to their market environment. They needed to integrate a full grocery delivery section into their existing restaurant platform to drive more daily usage. And they required the entire user interface to seamlessly support both Arabic and English to serve a diverse local demographic.
And crucially, they needed very specific local payment gateway integrations. You can't just slap a standard global credit card processor on an app in certain regions and expect it to work.
Exactly.
Plus, they were trying to gain market share against entrenched competitors like Wolt and Halt.
And a standardized SaaS platform would likely outright reject those structural changes or, quote, a development cost that would just bankrupt a regional startup.
So Yalla bypassed SaaS entirely. They used a food ordering script from a provider called Enatega. Because they, quote-unquote, bought the house and owned the source code, they could mold the software to their exact environment. The Enatega team engineered a dedicated grocery module right alongside the hot food delivery. They built a dual-language toggle interface, translating the menus, the buttons, and every automated notification into both Arabic and English.
And that localization is the distinct advantage. Global apps often force a region to adapt to their standardized interface. A customizable script adapts the interface to the region.
They also integrated those localized payment methods we talked about. They built in support for regional mobile wallets, and they implemented a robust cash-on-delivery system.
And adding cash on delivery sounds simple, but technologically, it requires the script to create a whole new layer of accountability in the Rider app to track physical money collected by the couriers.
Which is complex.
Very. But the investment in that deep customization paid off. Yalla expanded their customer base, opened up entirely new revenue streams through the grocery module, and achieved sustainable growth because they offered a frictionless, highly localized experience that the rigid global giants just struggle to replicate.
So if a listener is tracking with all of this, maybe they run a local spot or they want to launch a virtual kitchen and they are ready to go buy a script, how do they navigate the market? The source material provides some very clear guardrails for choosing the right architecture.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, acquiring the software is not an IT decision, it is a foundational business strategy.
Right.
The first critical tip is integration compatibility. You must ensure the script communicates flawlessly with your existing point of sale, your POS system, and your current accounting software.
Because if it doesn't integrate, you are forcing your staff to manually retype digital orders from a tablet into your register.
Exactly.
During a dinner rush, that double entry absolutely guarantees human error and ruined orders.
The digital ecosystem must remain unbroken. Second, operators must demand and rigorously test free trials.
Like a test drive.
Exactly. You need to simulate an order from the customer side, receive it on the kitchen side, and dispatch it on the rider side before you buy the source code.
Third, you have to dig into the community reviews, specifically hunting for feedback regarding post-purchase customer support. Because again, you bought the house.
You're the landlord.
When a server goes down, you are the one responsible, and you will absolutely need a lifeline to the original developers to help you troubleshoot the complex architecture.
Finally, the foundational code must be scalable. If a local influencer posts a video of your new virtual burger brand and your traffic spikes by 1,000% in 1 hour,
Which is the dream, right?
it is the dream. But the underlying architecture needs the elasticity to handle that volume. A script that crashes during your viral moment is worse than having no script at all.
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. So what does this all mean? When we zoom out from the house versus apartment analogy, past the invisible 8-step digital ballet, through the four-headed app ecosystem, and beyond the Yalla delivery localization strategy, the core narrative here is about reclaiming leverage. These customizable food ordering scripts provide a scalable, highly effective mechanism for food businesses to stop renting access to their own patrons.
Right.
They offer a pathway to secure their own data, control their brand narrative, and shield their profit margins from aggregators intent on taking the 30% slice of the pie.
It is truly the democratization of digital logistics.
Yeah.
The technological infrastructure that required hundreds of millions of dollars in venture capital a decade ago is now accessible and customizable for a neighborhood kitchen.
It fundamentally rewrites the rules of engagement in a $200 billion industry.
It creates an incredibly compelling horizon to watch. I mean, if these customizable scripts are granting local restaurants the power to build highly efficient, localized digital networks,
Right.
systems where they maintain absolute data ownership and operate with zero per order commissions, it raises a massive question.
What's that?
What happens to the valuation and dominance of the monolithic global delivery apps when every single independent restaurant realizes they hold the keys to easily own the entire customer experience from the first click to the front door?